Hello, hello, and good evening to you all. I hope that everything is going well for you. I will be honest, I have not had much motivation to record anything recently. The only reason why I'm recording now is because I kind of feel like I don't really have to, but kind of just, to do it for whatever reason it may be. And before anybody asks, this look that I have right now, this whole thing, this is actually me, Grim. I know on the channel you've probably seen so many avatars and so many characters, people, but this right here, this crow with the eye patch and the horns, this is actually Grim. This is me. It is actually based on a sona that I have of a demon crow. I'll do my best to remember to put an image in the corner or something when I'm editing this video, which I'm hoping to post as soon as I can. But this is just going to be a very softly spoken, rambling video where I'm just going to talk about whatever I feel like talking about. And that's really about it, honestly. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't have any plans for this video besides just getting something out to record for everybody. It's not that I feel obligated to do it or the sense that I kind of feel like I have to do it. It's more so just to keep up with the ASMR channel so that I'm not just silent for so long. Because it's like if you were to keep it vacant for so long, people will start questioning things. People will start either being like, oh, this person doesn't really do much anymore, or oh, this person might have something going on. So it's more, well, I guess now that I think about it, it is kind of like I feel like I have to do it. But, meh, I still enjoy doing ASMR. Like the last video I made with a character named Willow. No, that wasn't the last video. It was another character I had named Blush. And I think they did such a good job with that last video, even though it was their first time trying ASMR for you. Which, yeah. Anyways, enough about my channel and enough about my personal self. I bet you're confused about how I look right now. I mean, it's a crow that's purple with some type of shortish hair, demon horns, what looks to be a collar, a bandana, and wearing some type of bra. I'll keep my best to, or I'll do my best to put a picture up on screen if you're curious about how the actual avatar looks, and also another image of an art piece done by a very good friend of mine that I commission a lot. But the character that you see on screen right now is my sona, or at least one character that used to be a character of mine named Edwin that I thought about, and now I'm thinking to myself, it could be reworked to represent me as an individual rather than just be another character. Because back then, back whenever this bird creature was named Edwin, sure, Edwin had lore, and sure, Edwin was just another character, but I didn't have anybody to represent myself. And I feel like the design, the overall backstory, and just a whole bunch of different things about it, especially the looks. I really like the looks of the bird. I thought to myself, yeah, I could probably repurpose this into my sona. So now, the bird you see here is named Grim with 2 M's. I do have to scratch my head a bit. I did actually recently dye my hair, for the first time ever. I got these kind of like hazelnut brown highlights in my very dark brown hair. I would post a picture, but I probably don't want to do that. I don't want to right now share my face online, even though probably some people can, if they really want to, find it online for literally no reason. I mean, the internet is such a big place, and privacy these days is just really slim on the internet. I bet for every person in the world who uses the internet, they will have so much personal information online that with enough, if I can stop having a lisp, with enough investigation, you could find so much personal information about that, about whoever you're searching up. And it's pretty scary. It's partly why I try to keep a lot of things about myself very, I guess, just down low. I don't share much personal information about myself. But anyways, back to the Sona thing that I was mentioning earlier. The Sona itself, if anybody is even curious about it, which I bet like a small percentage of you are, the Sona is a 6'1" purple demon crow that has a whole bunch of, for lack of a better term, Frankenstein details. As you can see with the right patch here on my right eye, there is also supposed to be a patch on the beak. You can't see it, but I actually have a line of stitches on my stomach. I have the demon horns. And I also have a different tail that's not a bird tail. It's kind of like a... Again, you can't see it. You'll probably see in a picture I have on screen, but I consider it like a demon tail of some type. And there's a whole bunch of different reasons as to why I designed my Sona the way that it is. Or at least tweaked it from the original character of Edwin. I would go into detail about it, but that is pretty personal, and I don't think I'd like to share that. Maybe in the future, if I feel more open online, I could do so, but as of now, it is just a mystery. Yes, just a mystery indeed. I'll probably just get rid of the images now. I don't know. I'm talking right now, thinking that I'm going to edit this like the moment I'm done with it, but I have no idea. Like I said at the beginning of the video, my motivation and passion for ASMR has just started to deplete. So has a lot of other things that I've been wanting to work on. Fun fact, this avatar here is originally an avatar I bought online. Yes, I did not pirate it. I bought it online with money. And I believe the avatar's name is Ravian by RozeArt, if I can remember that correctly. But I bought this avatar and I retextured it and added these details by customizing some things in Blender and adding them in. I even have a toggle on this avatar to where I can turn them off if I'd like to. Which is a bit cursed, but yeah. As you can see, I teared off the horns. You can see my right eye. And you can't see it, but the tail is gone as well. We'll add those back now. There's also a whole bunch of different things on here that I think is really cool. Like this flower. But I don't personally like the flower, but it's something that I have on just in case. There's also eye tracking on this, which is a bit weird. Because, let's say for example I wanted to look to my left. It sometimes works and it sometimes doesn't. Let's say I want to look up. And look back down. There is a huge delay with the eye movement, but that's completely fine. I mean, you really only get to see one eye anyways. But, yes. Also, I did think that being in a vacant black void would be more relaxing in the sense that your eyes will not be strained by bright lights. I even turned down the brightness of my camera that I use for VR chat, just to make sure that your eyes do not strain from watching this video if you choose to watch it. I'm not planning to do any visuals, and I'm also not planning to do anything I would normally see in a stereotypical ASMR video, such as telling you to relax and calm the mind. Make sure you take deep breaths, and I'm doing exactly what I said I wouldn't do. But sometimes you gotta say stuff like that in order to really get the ASMR effect into your mind. And also make sure you relax for good sleep. Which reminds me, it is 1:27 a.m. right now for me. I should probably get some sleep. But at the same time, I do have the night shift later today. It is a 12-hour night shift. Yes, I've been working very, very much. So it's all 12-hour work shifts. I'm not going to say what my job is for privacy reasons. And yeah, but I'm just staying up as long as I can so I can sleep in the morning. Pretty much. Enough about me. Let's think of a topic together that we could talk about. Or at least something that's so boring that you'll just fall asleep. Not even being able to think about it too much. Well, let's see, what could we talk about? I'm not one to start conversations. I usually have other people start for me, and finding things to talk about is really hard to talk. Except for when I am very hyperfixated on something, then I could talk about it for hours. Well, not literally hours, I mean metaphorically, I could talk for a long time. Yes. I will also mention that I did also recently put a poll on my channel. I say recently, it was like a long time ago, asking what you guys would like to see more of. And I'm surprised, because more than half the people said that they would want to see more stuff involving Willow, which I will say is an avatar I did find publicly on VRChat, and all I did was pretend to give this avatar a name, Willow, and also a more feminine voice that I am still practicing. I say practicing, but I haven't really done it since that video. Yeah, maybe I can do some vocal training later. Right now I'm just talking in a deeper voice than what I normally talk, because A, it's a bit more soothing as people have put it, and B, I'm sleep deprived. Like, that's not even a joke, I talk deeper when I'm sleep deprived. It's kind of like when you wake up in the morning and you feel very tired and your voice naturally is deeper because it needs to get used to being able to move your vocal cords from being so stagnant throughout the whole night. But, yeah. I do need to rework a little bit about this avatar. For example, the patch on the beak, I still have to get that working. The talons, I believe they're called, on the lower part of my avatar should be yellow, but instead they are purple. And then there's also supposed to be stitches along the neck as well. And the most important part, I don't know if you noticed in the picture, but there is an amulet that I wear. It is a triangular amulet with three colors to it. One of them being a diamond and the other two being triangles. This amulet, a part of the lore that I used to write for this character, I guess now my Sona, is that the amulet keeps the soul intact with the body. Once you remove the amulet, the soul is not attached to the body anymore, and the body is kind of like a corpse, in the sense that you cannot move it. It cannot move itself. It is lifeless. It does not rot, however, because lore reasons. Maybe one day I could tell you some lore about my Sona, and also some other characters that I have. I say other characters, but really it's just my Sona and Blush. And then the other quote-unquote characters I have is more so just me creating stories and ideas for existing designs that other people have made, kind of putting my spin on it. Of course, I don't claim these as my own. I know for a fact that Willow, for example, is, I can't remember the avatar creator's name, but whoever they are, they're the ones who created the avatar, and I'm not claiming the design as my own. The only thing I am quote-unquote claiming is the fact that I gave the name Willow to them, which isn't even a canon thing, it's just my own silly name I like to give to that design. And then also I gave it a voice, or I gave her a voice, I should say. Which again, doesn't mean that the design of the avatar is directly correlated to what I give in terms of name and voice and personality. It's just the way I envision the avatar to be, in a sense, as an individual. But of course, every single thing that's been created that is fair use and public that I use, all the credit goes to the creators of those avatars. Even this avatar, I obviously did not make this myself. I did not rig it, I did not model it, I did not do anything with the actual physical model itself. The only thing I have done is retexture the model to make it the certain colors, add the horns, the eye patch, and everything I said before, to make it look more like my sona. Of course, the design itself goes to RozeArt, I believe their name is, and the avatar name is Ravian, which you can buy online if you search up the name for it. Of course, don't pirate avatars. That's just silly, and you should not do that. I feel like I've been rambling too much about avatars and my own self. I don't want to seem egotistical in any way. I don't want to seem like I only care about myself. Let's think of another topic, shall we? Maybe in the sense that we could talk about more ASMR related things. One thing I do notice is that I do have a couple of friends online who have their own ASMR channels, and it's very nice to see how they've grown and how amazing their ASMR is. I will admit I do listen to their ASMR content and sometimes fall asleep to them. I would say shout out to them, but I guess more so, thank you for Gestalt the Goobergen, Ray's Reels, Daza, if Daza's listening to this, if anybody's listening to this who I shout out, and of course everybody in that one server that I'm in, for furry ASMR creators. I do thank all of you for inspiring me to create ASMR and continuing with it, and I hope that my motivation for it will start going up again as the future progresses. But yes, I will do my best to also remember to link the people I have mentioned in the description as a way of thanking them for helping me with kind of loving ASMR in that sense and sticking with it. As well as this, I'm also giving them free advertisement if you think about it. But anyways, I do think ASMR as a whole is pretty relaxing. And the way that some people don't get it and some people do get it is very interesting. One of the examples I can think of off the top of my head is a weird one, but Markiplier apparently does not experience ASMR from what I've learned from videos. And to Markiplier, it is very foreign, and it feels weird to listen to these types of things. Sometimes it even hurts his ears from what I've been able to see in his videos. And yet someone like me listens to the exact same thing, and then I get this tingling feeling down my spine, which I bet you've heard that phrase before. And my ears feel like they are just, I don't know how to put it, they're stimulated in a good way. And my mind can just ease into the noise without having to think about much. The racing thoughts in my mind can just fade away as I focus on whatever the video is making me focus on, whether it be to follow a light, to think about certain things, to just listen to the sound of their voice or the sound of an object being tapped or scratched, or even just the ambiance of the rain falling down, or just the white noise you hear in the background of certain videos. All of it can be contributed to the ASMR effect of making people feel more relaxed and a sense of ease and calmness, which I hope my voice is doing right now to you. I hope that whatever I do with my ASMR channel provides a nice, relaxing, and calming sensation to those who seek it out. And I do hope that the content that I make is, for lack of a better term, good enough. It doesn't have to be great, of course. It doesn't have to be the best thing I produce. Just good enough to where I'm happy that it allows for people to have the ASMR effect. I call it the ASMR effect, by the way. It's more so just getting tingles down your spine and throughout your entire body. Now, I don't know how long I've been talking for, and I'm not entirely sure how long I will be talking for. It's 1:38 a.m. I believe the last time I talked about the time it was 1:27 a.m., so it's been about 11 more minutes since I've last talked about the time. I don't know if you heard it, but I just took a deep breath. Because sometimes taking deep breaths is one of the best ways to not just calm the mind, but also calm the body in a natural way. I know I said earlier in the video I wouldn't be doing typical ASMR stuff, but at this point I don't mind either way. How about you take some deep breaths, if you can? Firstly, make sure your body is nice and relaxed state. And without any hesitation, without trying to suck all the air out of the room, gently take a deep breath in, slowly and deliberately. Now, if you like to, you can hold your breath for a little bit and then exhale. Me personally, it starts hurting a bit when I hold my breath and then exhale. So I can just breathe in, and once I reach my peak, I breathe out. People say you could hold for a couple seconds after you breathe in and breathe out. Personally, it hurts my lungs when I do it, so I don't do it, but do whatever feels most comfortable for you, of course. Of course, you could repeat this as many times as you like throughout the course of your night, whether it be until you fall asleep, or maybe just until your mind and body feels very relaxed. As long as you're taking deep breaths, and as long as you're focusing on making them slow and deliberate, I'd say you're doing a pretty damn good job at it. And naturally, it'll let your body calm down, your heart rate slow to a nice comfortable pace, to where it's not constantly beating on your heart and your chest. I hope it helped you relax a little bit. And I hope that this video overall was just something. Like I said, it doesn't have to be the best thing ever, as long as it was just good enough for you. And for me. Which, thinking about it now, yes, I'd say this video was good enough. I do hope that you have a good night, of course, and I do hope that in the future we will see each other again. You have yourself a good sleep. Good night.